Hi, this is Professor Mohammad MOIN. I'm working at King Edward Medical University in Lahore in Pakistan, and I'm delighted to be the chair for your LDP program of the Asia Pacific Academy of Ophthalmology. We today have organized a webinar just to give you a brief overlook of what this is all about and why should you be joining us to get this skill set and why it is so important as this age of your career to deep dive into this thinking and this ideology and to maximize your future with this. So, what is it all about? Leadership is a process of social influences which maximizes the efforts of others towards the achievement of a common goal. Let's suppose we say that we have to make a new society in a country which does not have a society. We need a leader over there. We have people, we've created, recently in our country, we created a young ophthalmologist society, and we're glad that Dr. Hanan, he was the participant of the APLD program this year, and he opted to be the leader for this program. We wanted him to have all the skills before he set on his course. So what is involved is unleashing the power of others, providing them with the following to succeed and reach their goals. This includes providing them the optimal environment, resources, motivation, and strategy. Suppose I wanted to start a journal. I became the editor-in-chief of the Pakistan Journal of Ophthalmology. But the teachers over there, they helped me, gave me the environment, gave me that platform, and there were people who were supporting me. Professor Nadeem Bhatt, who's an LDP graduate as well, he was there all the time, shadowing me during my progress and achievement of this goal. What do you want out of this program is transition from an individual contributor to a person having different skills, different perspective, and different frameworks which are more mature, which are more nurtured toward becoming a leader. Mastering others is a strength. Mastering yourself is true power, and that's what we want, that you have that absolute power in you with which you can lead confidently when you go ahead. Let's go a brief history about the APA-LDP program. It started in 2009 and is commenced as a project of Dr. Philip Lamb. He was sent by the APAO to the AAO leadership program in the United States, and he came up with this idea and he started the program. But the most important people at that time were Professor Yasso Tuano late, Professor Frank Martin from Australia, Professor Daniel Slam from Hong Kong, and Dr. Michael Brennan from the United States, who played an instrumental and pivotal role to start this program. Their vision is what you see today, and I'm one of those products of this program. And before we go any further, I would like to mention the first chair, Professor Catherine Green. She's a graduate of 2009 class, and she's from Australia, and she did everything to start the program from scratch. There was nothing there on the works, and she worked very hard, and she's been instrumental that 150 participants graduated from this program very successfully, and she's held it over many countries, taking the program's masterclass around many countries in order to give the different societies an opportunity to contribute and to learn from that leadership program. And I was inducted into the leadership chair in 2022. You'd be interested to know that out of the first batch, you had the leaders, which like Clement Tam, he was the first participant of the LDP program. He's the Secretary General of APAO. If we ensure that we all are also good educators and teachers, and to continue to advocate for our patients, Our sphere of influence is so much wider. And this is a great saying. And this is what we believe, that if we train somebody, probably we'll be serving more humanity, will be doing something better cause for our societies. So what are the program goals? The program goals are to spot ophthalmology future leaders out of the Asia Pacific region. And it is for the ophthalmic societies to understand that as well. We want people to be under 50 years of age. You are young, and especially people who you vision that they will become either the general secretary, treasurer, joint secretary, or the president of your society, and maybe one day represent APAO in the council. We want people like this. So it is up to you to choose those people. And now this year we have broadened our selection process, and we'll be asking all the organizations or all sister branches to send nominations of 3 people, and out of those we'll try to pick up the one best from each country. And the other program goal is to empower them to promote ophthalmology field locally and in the region. And that's a big step forward. And launch program graduates into the leadership program, because after you finish the LDP program, after you graduate, you're given the opportunity to stand one of the many standing committees of the APAO, and you get yourself and you prove yourself during your tenure over there. And then you want to foster collegiality among regional ophthalmology society leaders and cultivate culture of service for the ophthalmic society. What we want is, when you're sitting as an APAO council member, all of you should be on the same platform, that you know the skills of being a leader. Because they say that initially they used to say that leadership is a trait, that if you don't have it, you can't do anything. But now they say it's something which can be learned. And this is what we want to teach you, that we want to let you know that these are the potential skills which you can use to get yourself or to launch yourself into the APAO LDP program. These are the program is basically spread over 1 year, and you've got your first orientation class, and then you've got your master class about 6-7 months later, and then you've got your graduating class about a year later. So if you're going this program, we'll go through the different steps, and in between you've got to do your LDP project, which is very important, because that is the project which fosters that leadership skills which you teach you, so that you can independently practice and prove to everyone that you have acquired those skills and you're ready to launch yourself. So the orientation class will be in Bali in 2024, and it will be a 2.5-day program, 1.5-day program for you. There'll be introductions. You'll be learning to know about international linkages. Then you've got to know about SWOT analysis. And then the most important thing which you will learn is the insights discovery workshop. And you'll get an insight personal profile for yourself. And that costs a lot to the APAO. And I'm very grateful that they're spending so much on the future leaders from all these different countries. And this program, the Insight Discovery, we'll get to know more about it as we go forward in this webinar. Then we have our masterclass, which is scheduled to be at the exciting place of Kathmandu in Nepal, which will be 2.5 days. And there you will learn actually the core skills of the LDP program. And I must clarify, whosoever is applying, they need to allocate their time for this masterclass, because if you do not attend the masterclass, you will not certify or you not graduate from the LDP program. It is just for your advantage and for your upbringing that we incorporated this. And then we've got team building, ophthalmic organizations. How do you correlate or work with the industry, cultural diversity, emotional intelligence, advocacy, global cultures, root cause analysis, work-life balance. These are some of the things which you're going to touch and they're quite jam-packed. But what we've done over the years, now we've got problem solving incorporated in this, so that you learn more, you're given hands-on opportunity, what you will actually be doing when you become leaders, and there are real day scenarios out there. And then you've got your LDP projects. We'll give you ample time when you come up in the orientation class, come up with the LDP project. We'll refine that. We'll send you emails and we'll give you feedback. And then during the master class, you'll get further feedback to incorporate that. And it's your job to finish that before your graduating class to get some outcomes out of it. It's not going to be a clinical project. It's going to be a project which is beneficial to your society, which is going to be, suppose you're creating guidelines, you're setting up society, you're setting up international linkages with the society, you're making some web pages, educational materials, or you're doing a lot of things which, or you can do advocacy. There are a lot of things which are available to do in this in these projects. But I think that is the one thing which you learn the most is the LDP project. Then your graduating class will be in New Delhi in India, and you'll present your self-initiated LDP project presentation, and you'll have the graduating ceremony and the LDP reception. This is your faculty. With me being the chair, I'm very pleased to let you know that Dr. Shahida Mohammad, she's a secretary from Hong Kong, Dr. Madhavanti Disanaike from Sri Lanka, Dr. Sherman Valero from Philippines, Dr. Linda Sai is the international faculty from the United States, and she's the ex-program director of the AAO Leadership Program. We've got Marshila Divan, she's a communication specialist, and you'll be thrilled working with her and learning how to communicate, and to communicate, not only communicate, but communicate with a confidence as a leader. And then we've got Vivek Dev from India. And the most important people behind this, all the leadership program, is Claire Mock and Helen Liang. They'll be working closely. They'll be with liaison with you, and they'll work probably much more than what we do organizing the program. And we're really thankful that we have an excellent team who works to keep this program running. And this webinar is also being arranged by them as well. Thank you very much. And I hope you enjoy the webinar, and we'll be open for questions at the end of the webinar. Thank you.